I'm going to tell you a story about some ancient black magic that you are involved with every single day. And you've been involved with it so long that it's become normalized and you're not even noticing. And there's so many other black magic, sorcery situations going on in our world, because unfortunately we don't have governments. We have an old black magic cult. And although I'm a self-sabotage coach and heavy research into mind control, brainwashing, propaganda, and psychological manipulation, you always in your research come back around to this very ancient cult that are psychologically manipulating the public to literally make each person a card-carrying member of this very ancient cult. And again, this cult, and it involves everything you would expect when someone would use the word cult. It's old, they dress up in costumes, sometimes they meet at night, there's sacrifices, but it's all sort of whitewashed in our society, so the average person thinks it's normal. So let's go back to the last Star Wars movie to put this into context. And there was the Emperor. I don't know how he was alive, or I don't know which Emperor it was, or maybe it wasn't even the very last Star Wars movie, but it was the Emperor. We all know in Star Wars can fire electricity out of his hands. And that's a lot of power. And other people who are receivers of the electric shock from the Emperor, they're shocked because they don't have that power. So back to the black magic ritual that we call currency. See, money is an old trick. And this trick sort of started when there was two thieves. One was a bit more educated than the other, and they were looking at a farmer. This is in the old times. Looking at a farmer plowing his field, and on the farm property, you get an old farmhouse, you'd have the fencing, you'd have the cow, the plow, the barn, the silo, etc., etc. And one of the thieves, this is what this cult is expert at, is stealing your stuff. And they know how to do it invisibly as well. This is what money is. So one sort of low-level thief said, I'd really like to steal all that stuff. I want to take all the labor, all the effort, all the value. I want to steal the cow, the plow, the barn, the silo. I want to steal everything. And the upper level thief, sort of higher in the Masonic rank, said, hold on a second. I'd like to steal the energy of the farmer. And the low level thief said, what do you mean steal the labor? How can we steal the labor or the electricity or the energy of that farmer? So the higher ranking Mason said, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to introduce currency. And that currency will be an electrical conduit for the electrical energy of the farmer. And we'll make the farmer exchange his products and the products of his labor using the currency. We'll get everybody else using the currency. And that will literally, the currency will represent the life force or the electrical energy that human generates. And then the higher ranking Mason says, and then we're going to steal it. Then we're going to steal all the energy, all the currency. And the currency is it's an electrical term. Someone in charge. Charge is another electrical term. Who has all the power? That's another electrical term. So they said, the higher ranking Mason said, we're going to steal that into a big ball. And we're going to condition the farmers and all the other humans and all the other people in the society that this is normal and that it's for the roads, and we're going to do great things with your energy, even though we're going to steal it. And then, like the evil emperor in Star Wars, the energy starts to be concentrated in that one higher ranking Mason. He fires it out. Electricity out of the hand, shocking everybody, but only in the direction that the sorcerer now wants. So anything that challenges the sorcerer gets the electric shock. All the electrical currency that's being stolen from the population, and that's what our governments are doing today, ladies and gentlemen. They steal your currency and your electrical flow and insert it into a magical object called money. Then they steal that money, your currency, into a big ball, and then they go around giving the energy to people who don't deserve it, and anyone who speaks against them, they shock them, they destroy them with a big blast of energy out of their hands. And none of this could be possible. None of it's possible unless you acquiesce to giving your life force away. And they can take so much of your electricity. Go back to the farmer. The ancient black magic sorcerers can take so much of the farmer's electricity through the currency, they can actually bleed the farmer of everything he needs to live, and he can actually die on his field. And that's why it's black magic. Because money is a siphoning off of what's called your life force or your electricity. And that electricity actually is given to you by the sun. That's the only reason I'm walking around. That's the only reason your heart's beating, is that you're sort of a solar panel of literal electricity. Money's designed to collect that electricity. And the people who invented the money know that their end game was to abuse that electricity and destroy their enemies, and their enemies are God, the family, children, happiness, connection, love, and evolution. If you need more information like this, you know where to find it. Email me at info@jkristof.com. This is Jason Kristof signing off. Thanks for listening.